Hello, it's Karmatos, and welcome to a very special gold edition Thememe deck. Uh, what's the Thememe? I think we can see it together. It's every single neutral legendary except one. In the particular legendary warlord for this deck, I have chosen as Canis Vertex of all warlords. Here's the logic. Canis Vertex is very excellent at drawing out a long game, especially if you don't punch away with his arms. You just reserve them for blowing up troops every chance you get. And then you just stall out for time for the rest of your deck. And if it turns out that you have a bad opening hand, you can always dump energy into your cannons. So it's actually a very good warlord that, even all the way up until energy turn 4, can be quite competent. And once you hit 5, you're going to really start getting into that nice curve. So I can go through this one card by card, and I will. The only legendary not in here is Edict. I didn't put in Edict because I guess I thought it was going to be more tactics, or there's actually a lot of tactic generation. Kaizu Lane, Remembrance Order, Crucial Choice, then possibly Jubok, Pyramid of Photep, Port Ma, Tai Lath. Is there any other ones that I'm missing? Of course, the other actual tactics. So there seemed to be enough self-generation that I wouldn't want to just flood my deck with them and then draw these like random cards later. So I went with everything but that. So let's look at every single neutral legendary in the game except Edict. Canis Vertex, of course. If you've never played against this warlord, he has a bit of a history to him, a lot of hate, but he gains 1 special energy per turn, and he has 2 shoulders and 2 fists. And the fists can punch, and after they punch for 2 damage, they stun themselves. And they can also fire off for 2 special energy, 2 damage to a target without getting stunned. Then you have these shoulder parts, and these shoulder parts have a energy 2 power to siege, charge up, and then an energy 2 power to fire for 1 damage 3 times to a target. Which means if they have survivor, it'll wrap around. If they have rage, it'll proc up to 3 times, so on and so forth. If they have a shield, it'll take out the shield and then hit them twice. So there's pros and cons to that kind of rapid fire damage there. And then the center is a 0-40 warlord that can generate a shield for 2 special energy. And you can see that here. Give shield to your warlord, or a titan weapon, so only to that core 5. Then all the parts that aren't the core, if they blow up, will deal a random amount of damage between like 5 and 8 to everything adjacent to it, immediately adjacent. So a lot of people will, mess those up, and we'll see some parts explode in these 2 matches. And it's only 2 matches. The first one was like 15 minutes long, so strap in. Command Bridge. Choose a tactic from your deck and draw it. This is considered to be one of the best legendaries in the game. All the top tech decks run it in general. It's just so low, gives you adaptability, gives you draw cycle. It's amazing. Kaizu Lane. People love this guy because he's very sticky and he can generate tactics for you. Remembrance Order. A fairly common one. It allows you to copy the enemy's most recent tactic. Very useful for being able to copy faction-specific legendaries, and otherwise just gives you a little bit of counterability. So, if they play a servo arm, now you can have a servo arm too. Things that are very unique, you can kind of target, and sometimes you can't play it at all. So, Crucial Choice. I threw this one in here just because it's a low cost, and the theme is legendaries. Not very well run, just kind of rare. Choose a random tactic and add it to both players' hands. Very useful if it's the last turn for yourself, or if it's something that can really benefit you and not your opponent. It's very situational. Hard to know when it's like, if you have no board state, but they do, and you can get a board wipe from this, you can give it to your opponent and not worry too much about it. Ambassador Melgator, one of the best cards in the game. Super useful. I'm reading Mechanicum right now, so finally got to Meet Milkator. Lord Malkian. I love Lord Malkian. This is one of the new best legendaries. Duplicitous as a 1/4 makes it extremely sticky. And with that 0 gain 1 energy, it will actually gain you energy beyond your max. So if you're at 4 energy, it'll put you to 5. So you don't have to spend energy and then use it. It's not regain, it's just gain. Anthem. Yeah, return a friendly troop to your hand or give Survivor 2 to your warlord. So good if there's a troop that you want to replay either for a rally or some other effects or to heal, essentially. And otherwise, just an extra 2 health for your warlord. Not bad. Equitrez. Yeah, it's one of the big staples of healing. You know it. Stealth, take 1 damage to the troop to heal your warlord 3. Jubak. One of the best legendaries in the game. I'm going to say that a lot. Copy a card in the enemy deck and add it to your hand. 3 for a 2/3 for a continuous card draw. I like that they call it resolution now. That helps a lot, because I used to just always say end of turn. Pyramid of Photep. Ward. Can't attack. Relentless. Create a random tactic in your hand. Super nice. Especially super nice when you are Canis Vertex, because they'll have to throw 8 damage of troop attacks into it, and that's 8 damage that your Titan parts are not taking. Or if they ignore it, then you're just gonna get a huge amount of value from this, and this is what's gonna win us the first game. Duke Mortecker. Oh, yeah. Fantastic troop. 5 for 4/7, the ability to bounce. There's not a lot of like hard control in this deck otherwise. And generally speaking, similar to the Pyramid, they will throw 7 damage into this, and if they don't, you might get off a lot. So, Port Maw. It's a new legendary. Haven't had a chance to try it yet, and even in these 2 matches, I didn't have a chance to play it, but I assume it would be pretty neat. I'm not sure what tactics that might benefit this deck, but when I get it off, I'll let you know. Manifest Destiny. Yeah. An extra Survivor 5, so I can get my Warlord here up to Survivor 7. Forge Complex. Oh yeah, this is good in case you're running out of cards. You're going to find, though, that you're not going to run out of cards with this deck, but it's nice to have, just in case. Maybe I should run an Edict. Tai Lath. Wonderful troop for what it does. 6 for a 6/7 resolution, get a tactic to your hand, maintenance 3. So the maintenance 3 hurts a bit, but essentially you get a guaranteed free tactic from it. And then if your opponent doesn't deal with it, you get to swing out for 6. And if they do deal with it, then you don't take the maintenance penalty. It's almost like a win-win. Remier. Yep, Mechanicum book. Good stuff. 7/3 sneak attack. Great way to just hurt your enemy warlord for 7 damage, and then they have to kill it. Or you can just use it to continuously control the enemy board. Take your pick. Mount Pharos. Yep. Great, relentless, create random start in your hand, cost 2 less. Man, this is going to take me twice as long to go over this deck, because it's actually 30 different cards, and I almost always have 15 in the deck, or up to 20. Ornithop's Barge. Super great for each enemy. Put into play an Imperial Army troop with frontline. So if they got a big board, you can have a big board. Is this going to be useful for Canis in the beginning? No. Once you start losing body parts, yes. Termite Drill. Yeah, it's a 7 for a 5/8, so fun stats and ability. I don't think we get to see it be used, but it could be very useful. Ah, yes. Urtzi Malvolos. There you go. Destroy an enemy vehicle. Great rally, 7 for 7/4. Great offensive stats. He never usually lives the turn after because of that 4 health and that 7 attack. He becomes a pretty high priority, but you know, if the stars align. Abyssa. It's 7 for an 8/7, and Battle Honor, copy in your hand an enemy killed. Almost never see this guy played with the exception of Shadrach. If I get it out, neat, but I don't think I will. Sohefepek. Yeah, this is a fun one for just, if you get it out, you can generate some more tactics in your hand. That's another tactic generator I didn't mention in the beginning, but he's a 7/8. High maintenance, but, you know, we're just trying to fill the deck out with legendaries. Shipmaster Karya. Yeah, 8/9, return enemy troop to hand. All around solid, no complaints. Good ability, good stats per cost. Shield Backlash destroyed enemy troop. Love this legendary. It's just so great because the shield makes it a little stickier. Enemies will usually have to throw a lot into it because they don't want to take 8 damage to the face. Just having that high attack number is super useful. And even then, you'll take something out. So great way to knock off a stealth enemy unit or something. Furia the Seducer. This would be super synergetic with Mr. Canis, because then when your enemy warlord goes to 0, your fists can start punching away at his face, without taking any damage to themselves. So super synergetic. Zerial Storm. Yeah, can attack, deal 10 damage, 9 for a 7/10. It's just a late game power troop. Same with Abominable Intelligence, very similar to the Storm, but rather than having its target be governed by random, thereby getting by stealth and getting by frontline, this one is a random attack, so because you gain shield just before the attack, you're guaranteed not to take any damage, but it also means that if you want to kill an enemy troop with frontline necessarily, or if you want to make sure you hit targets that aren't stealthed, this one is a better drop than Zerial Storm. And the fact that it starts with the shield makes it slightly stickier for that first round, and if they're trying to immediately counter it. Lucas Crom is a nice 6/9. He has Relentless if you control no other troops, put into play a Kaban machine. Technically just enough space to work with Canis. You have 2 troop slots at the worst case, and you drop him, and if they don't kill him, you'll get out of 10/10. Azurax. This is just late game fun at this point. If they do not take this out, which is usually a Melgator target, but if they can't, they are going to lose the game pretty much every turn thereafter, because you're going to completely board wipe them every single turn, unless they have some sticky shenanigan. And even then, you're just going to have a great time. And Slayer of Worlds. Actually a pretty common Canis drop, because you're going to blow up a lot of troops, and if this is in your hand, it'll just tick down and down and down and down, and play it for 0, and win. So, those 2 matches. Whew, that's a lot of cards to go over. I guess I was having some trouble on ladder. I was just like trying to do a challenge for the day, destroy or do damage with tactics. 1-3, lost 4, and I'm like, you know what? It's time to go have fun. I'm tired of this. Is that a night? Yeah, that's a night. All right, strap in. This first one's a little long. So, I'm surprised I kept Forge Complex, but this is the best opener.
I have possessed this body of steel and rage.
I have.
Victory is vengeance.
I feel like my voice is very nice. Let's see.
I am the Lord of Hellfire.
I do appreciate that I can actually click these during a replay.
Devastation is my craft.
So polite. So yeah, we have this out on the first turn. He can't do much to it due to Duplicitus, which means I will be able to, on this next turn, get up to 4 energy, which means I can charge both my lasers. Or I guess technically rotary cannons. Pop, see, 2 to 4. Up. And here's a little pro tip. Shields really mess with sentencing. Sentencing procs when you deal damage to the target. So if he had sentenced me first and then done that, the sentence damage wouldn't apply because he hurt the shield, not me. I forget if that's true for drop pods. Someone will have to remind me. Drop. Yeah. Return an enemy troop to hand. He doesn't want that out. And that's fine, because he's already gotten out a lot of his early usefulness. Hey! Let's see, I think I'm hoping for Kaizen. Oh, okay, that goes down. Don't really need to heal this early, but energy-wise, it felt okay. Because the hope was, yeah, let's start getting off a little damage. And then I can shield myself, because that's how you mess with sentence. And you see, I'm just holding back with the arms, not using them. I'm just trying to wait until at 10 energy, as long as possible. Don't give him the opportunity to start combo booming. And he's focusing on my center a little bit anyway, so. And this is just gonna keep pumping out randoms. Warp Retreat. Don't think I'm gonna play that ever. Maybe if my hand got too big, I can play it on Pyramid, but. Surprised I didn't go for Mercurial, but I guess the idea was that if I did, then I wouldn't actually be able to play a troop. And I'm hoping I'm gonna bait 2 damage that way. Classic combo. Yep, baited that way. I'm already generating a random tactic every turn. I mean, that's a lot better with choose, but... Ay, 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 ay. Duke. Let's see if we can give it stealth. Alrighty, looks like we're gonna give it attack. Which I'm happy for. It means he can't be Melchitored anymore. Alrighty, so is he gonna take 7 damage to there, or try to hit me a bunch? Let's find out. I guess because he wanted to play this, he's gonna let this live a turn. But let's remember, folks, I didn't forget when I was playing, his last tactic was Shadow Walk. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna really punish him. Hit him for 7. Get that Shadow Walk, heal him back to full, and allow me to hit him for another 7. He's not giving me any other targets to work with. It's pure stealth on the board. I can charge another laser. And I think at this point I'm going to start bashing him because... yeah, boom, heal. So I've healed 6 to my warlord through random tactics, given him Survivor 2 through Anthema. Yep. Blam. Totally fair, buddy. And you can face bash it for the kill. Thank goodness for that shield. Oh, he's gonna go for the card draw and the energy use. So it exploded for 7, but I didn't take any of that, which is a huge help. Still ongoing. Hey, that's a fun card. We're just gonna try to play on curve for 9. There's not really anything I want to zip out for 1. Like, I want to try to use this either to win the game, or when something's slightly hurt, or I can combo it, or something. We got him down to 11, so now he doesn't get to go for me anymore. He has to go for all these troops. Does he have a solution for Mr. Crom? I do have another troop, so he's not going to get to be a troop generator. Okay. Pretty good. I'm going to make him fork him into sacrificing this. He did his math well. He was able to just take them both out. We're still going strong. I could, but let's see. I don't need to yet. Maybe at the end of the game. Oh, you know, wow, I only have Warp Retreat. That actually would be a pretty okay play. Of course, I'm going to try to keep the pressure up. And this seems like a great option because, again, shield messes with Sentenced. No damage. And I get to kill a troop. Come on, that one. I'll take it. I mean, I would have rathered that one, but... even him, actually, just because of the healing. I bet I can bait it. What do you think? He'll have to attack with it after next turn. Let's drop that Ashrax. And I can see that he's going for this, and so I'm going to protect it a little. Okay, he got rid of that shield most expertly. And that shield. Oof. Yeah, that's 6 damage. And then you can do 5 damage with a face bash. But you can't kill it without de-stealthing. And he went for it. Oh, that hail would have been cool. That's okay. We'll just knock that out for 3 damage. Because let's see, I had 7 damage output, 8 damage in hand. I couldn't deal the last 2. But we're just going to go with something that's pretty likely to get off some good damage. And maybe something to get him extra worried, because now he thinks 1 and 7, that's 8. If he can't control this, he'll have to control that. And I placed this guy specifically on this far right side, so that way, in case this explodes, it hits the ward target. And actually, it's still alive. So, and that's game in more than one way. Because I pulled Pride of the Emperor anyway. I was going to use Mirror of Hatred, but I thought this was a more fun finish. Don't you love that victory portrait? Seeing that. Oh, it's a little... Is that a map of a solar system? Huh. Look at that. Alright, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. Can Canis Vertex beat a knight? Oh lordy. Yeah, getting rid of Port Ma. I already have good tactic generation there, and I like Duke.
I have possessed this body of steel and rage.
Stand firm against the
And I do love being able to deny everyone their counterattack. Nobody's slower than Canis Vertex. What an opening card. Yeah, just get the deal damage to the whole board every turn on your first turn. Boo. But I have lots of damage output very early. Specifically in a higher alpha sense. Rude. Oh god. Which warlord combo are we? 35 health. You can give bonus health to your weapons. And you start with 3. Okay. So I know he can hurt him for 1, but I know next turn I have 10 damage output. I have 2, 3, 3, 2. So... And he didn't give health bonus to his fists, so I will be able to take out both his weapons. Which is exactly what I'm going to do. Fun fact, it turns out that the damage, or the splash finale page of this says I did 54 damage, and no troop kills. And I thought it was because it healed a bunch, but it's when you damage that warlord, these damages count towards damage dealt, so that, you know, had an extra, what, 14 or something added onto it, or with its original health, 18 damage done right there. Sweet, and I got it off before the heal. My timing is impeccable. Ah, god, this is such a gold. Oh, wow. I actually turned down White Tiger Dao. I could have done it, actually, and I could have been bashing for 2 every turn, but here's the logic. It's very important to deal high alpha damage to these folks because they get cards like this, the weapons, and if I can't take it out all in one turn, he's likely to heal and keep using it and getting continued value. So even though I could have had 2 damage out of White Tiger, I felt that Chariot of the Gods for an immediate alpha of 4 was a better pick, and we're going to see it come into play right now. Yeah, before he gets off, you know, kill this and hit another. Yeah, that could have been real awful. But taking it down. Now he has to worry about that 4-5. And yeah, and he's dropping his energy every turn, but he can't dump his warp energy fast enough because I keep blowing up his weapons. Oof. Yeah, we knew that was coming. Bam. Yeah, I'm just ignoring this. It's more important for me to take out these weapons. Honestly. So what can I do about this? That's 3, that's 2, and that's 1. Gets it down to 3. Ah! We generate an Ebon Drake. Now, if it hits that, I'm happy. If it hits that, I'm happy. If it hits that, that's bad. But, thankfully, on the 2 out of 3 chance, it took out his weapon. Luck. Very great weapon against Mr. King here. So now I can only deal 4 damage. And I don't have another way to deal 1. Until this. And it's right here, baby. So I get to kill a knight with Canis's face with the knight's own card. So when this happened, I'm like, I gotta make this video. I can't make any other content. These matches are already long enough. I think you guys get the point. And I just needed to end on this high note. I'm probably gonna play some more with this. And it's the most obnoxiously expensive deck possible. But I love it so. If you like this, like it. If you want to see more like it, subscribe. Share this with your friends. And as always, Comertos loves you. Thanks for watching.